Alright, it's a quick video on mass and weight and its relation to the fabrication of gravity. Because what happened here is what I would call vandalism. They vandalized the concept of weight and mass and spray painted this G everywhere. These fundamentalist Newtonian physicists with their falsehoods. So here is a picture showing that we know weight is measured in pounds or kilograms if we use a standard measurement. If you ask somebody their weight in Europe, they'll say kilograms. Here they'll say pounds. But what they're saying, and they've been trying for the longest, is to get us to say newtons as a measurement of weight, which is never really taking hold in people's minds because subconsciously we know that's some bullshit. But I guess their original plan was to get everybody to consider their weight in newtons. So again, going over gravity, of course, the basic falsehood of gravity is supposed to be a force of attraction between objects due to their masses. This attraction causes objects to pull on each other. So, like I said in another video, basically what they're saying is objects can be so big at some point as to start to pull on each other and float around each other, dance around each other, like hocus pocus, as if they're possessed. Like they're possessed with something, the ghost of scientism. So this is what they're saying, but they have to get big enough to do this. Your shoes or two marbles you play with, there's a force there, but you can't tell. But if they were to get very massive, they would start to dance around each other. So this is what they're telling you to accept. So again, it says mass is a measure of the amount of material in an object, and it's measured in kilograms, which we know is weight. But here they go and say weight is the force of gravity on an object. It is measured in newtons. Like I said, they're trying to get us to measure weight in newtons. So the official Wikipedia page, of course, will tell you that the weight of an object is usually taken to be the force on the object due to gravity. So like I said, this is the vandalism on the concept of weight. And if you look over here, it says the standard international unit would be a newton. So like I said, they're actually technically they want us to measure weight in newtons, which nobody does for obvious reasons. Here it says the history of weight, discussion of the concepts of heaviness, which is weight, and lightness, which is levity. Date back to ancient Greek philosophers. So these were typically viewed as inherent properties of objects. Plato described weight as a natural tendency of objects to seek their kin. To Aristotle, weight and levity represented the tendency to restore the natural order of the basic elements air, earth, fire, and water. He ascribed absolute weight to earth and absolute levity to fire. Archimedes saw weight as a quality opposed to buoyancy. And that's what we talk about with density and buoyancy, with the conflict between the two determining if the object sinks or floats. The first operational definition of weight was given by Euclid, who defined weight as weight is the heaviness or lightness of one thing compared to another as measured by a balance. Operational balances rather than definitions had, however, been around much longer. According to Aristotle, weight was the direct cause of the falling motion of an object. The speed of the falling object was supposed to be directly proportional to the weight of the object. So Aristotle, they're always bringing up the Greeks. The Greeks knew the earth was a sphere, but here we go. Aristotle said weight was a direct cause of the falling motion of an object, not gravity. Medieval scholars discovered that in practice the speed of a falling object increased with time. This prompted a change to the concept of weight to maintain this cause-effect relationship. Weight was split into a still weight or pondus, which remained constant, and the actual gravity or gravitas, which changed as the object fell. The concept of gravitas was eventually replaced by Jean Buridan's impetus, a precursor to momentum. So here we're still talking about momentum. And now here, this is the key where it says actual gravity or gravitas. This is where we have to look into the etymology of the word gravity. So if we look at gravity, circa 1500, gravity, weight, dignity, seriousness, solemnity, solemnity of deportment or character, importance, which basically means, Like we still say that word, gravity when referring to things of serious nature, like the gravity of the situation. That's because its original meaning was correlating to weight. There was no separation, or there was no extrapolation of gravity as a separate force. So it says seriousness, thoughtfulness, weight, heaviness, pressure, heavy. This is the original meaning of gravity. And of course, by the time we get around to Newtonian classical mechanics, the definition is hijacked, and we get this downward acceleration due to, or of terrestrial bodies due to the gravitation of the Earth. So this is where they distorted the meaning, the original meaning of the word gravity. And if we look at weight, we get weighing, weight, downward force of a body, heaviness. And this is the key here. Weight is a force. So they keep asking for this force, which causes objects to fall. And what we're saying here is weight is a force for the gravity believers. Weight is a force. There's no force outside of it needed to require objects to fall. This is part of the vandalism, like I said. They're spray painting this G everywhere and claiming and attributing everything to gravity. So when you look at these equations here, you get it says weight is equal to the force, which is just supposedly the newtons, mass times acceleration, which is independent of gravity, of course, because we saw that weight is a force. So, like I said, this is just vandalism, mathematical vandalism. This weight here, which we know as grams, pounds, kilograms, is independent of anything called gravity, as stated in this the etymology of the word weight. Peace.